seems like a lot of responsibility for one event, whereas you guys probably look at this as more of a long-term goal, right?
Yeah, I mean, the fact that we came in here and sold the amount of tickets that we have, it's phenomenal. We're ecstatic. We're more than excited, you know. Did we come in here and sell out in 4 hours like Sweden and some of these other places? No, but listen, to come into Japan after, you know, mixed martial arts not being here, meaning the real big shows in a long time, it's awesome. I mean, I don't know what else to say other than we're pumped.
You mentioned you're going to kickstart the industry back here in Japan. Are you and Joe or Lawrence working with any of the local guys that come over here and start building the Japanese stars again?
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, when you say building Japanese stars, you either got great fighters or you don't. It doesn't matter if they're Japanese or what nationality they are. I mean, I've told you guys this a million times. We go into Canada and headline a show in Montreal with 2 Brazilians. You go in, you know, we're here in Japan and 2 Americans are headlining the card. You know, we're looking for the best fighters in the world. And like I say all the time, Yushin Okami has been one of the best fighters in the world for a long time in the 185-pound division. We're looking for guys that are, you know, we're not looking to build, you know, Japanese stars. We're in Japan looking for the best fighters in the world. You either are or you aren't.
Why now? Japanese MMA is probably the lowest ever in terms of popularity. Why now?
Okay.
Why not? I mean, we were looking to come here, you know, whether this place was still rocking like it used to, or if, you know, there's 2 fans left in Japan. We know how popular this sport is all over the world. We think it can be that popular here too. Why wouldn't it be? Martial arts comes from Asia. It comes from Japan. You know, it comes from China. It comes from Korea. The mixed martial arts started in Asia. Not mixed martial arts, but martial arts started in Asia. And the mixed martial arts boom was bigger here before it was big anywhere else in the world. It makes all the sense, no matter whether it's at its lowest point or highest point or whatever it is.
You were here for the highest point. You saw some of the biggest shows in history. How does the reception of the Japanese public towards UFC compare to that, you know, those big shows back in the day?
Well, yeah, compared to the big shows, I mean, they were doing 50, 80, 100,000 people, whether it was K1 or Pride or whatever the event was. But for the UFC to come into Japan and sell out its first show, we're happy, and it's promising.
People have been asking you, Dana, what will it take to make this show a success? And you said you already feel like it is a success. Do you guys have tentative plans of coming back already in the future?
Well, we've done all the things that we need to do. Now the fighters need to do their part on Sunday. It needs to be a great show. It needs to be exciting. We need exciting fights, and then and then we'll go from there and figure out when we come back next and how big it is and what we do.
You saw firsthand the fall of Japanese MMA. What changes did you make, you know, with the lessons learned to bring the UFC?
I don't know. To be honest with you, I don't know if there were any lessons learned over here in what happened. It's all still a big mystery to me, how it was so big and then all of a sudden it went away. You know, so I don't think there were any lessons learned over here. I think there's a huge fan base here. The thing about Pride is Pride used to have a lot of pro wrestling type things that they used to do, and pro wrestling is big over here. I consider us more like a, you know, we focus on the actual martial. We're looking for the best fighters in the world to compete against each other. There isn't any crazy showmanship like there is in pro wrestling. And there were a lot of events here like that didn't do as well, like Shudo. You know, Shudo didn't do the numbers that Pride did, but I don't know if there were really any lessons learned over here.
You mean lessons learned to yourself or lessons learned by the Japanese MMA community?
Either way. I mean, I mean, what would you attribute to the fall of Japanese MMA?
The exposure of Yakuza fighters within Pride, and then falling out of favor with the Japanese public.
I got nothing to worry about that. There's none of that in the UFC.
It's been said many of the Japanese audience are really quiet, even in the venue. But is there any advice you can give to the fans who will be watching the UFC fight in the venue next Sunday for the first time?
I think that the show that we bring is completely different than anything that they've ever seen or been a part of before. There's a lot of energy, and I don't know, I'm excited and curious to see how they react. I think they should react however it is they want to react. If they want to go crazy and scream, we're used to that. If they want to be quiet, we're not used to that, but we've seen it before, and it'll be cool. It's very exciting to be here and to be putting on a UFC event and to see the support that we've got through ticket sales, and I'm ready for anything.